Hi guys, this is Susie, and I have a little journal I want to share. It's like a little coffee house journal. I used a lot of coffee house images on it that I got off Pinterest, but this is one of the canvas bags, the coin bags that I purchased at my antique mall when I was there. I purchased several of them. Anyway, this is one of them. I simply just cut it. I cut it for a cover. I was going to leave it as the bag, and then I decided no, and I have plenty to work with, so if I want to do it a different way on the next one. But this one here, I simply just cut it and then sewed around it, and I left it ragged, raw on the edge there. And I actually sewed just a little piece of it here to hold the string. It's not glued in or anything, but it just kind of holds the string on for you when you undo it. So I do have it wrapped around a couple of times, so there's plenty of room for if you want to expand the journal. And this is Cut Vending Service, Columbia, Missouri, which Columbia, Missouri is only about a 2-hour drive, hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, something like that from me. So I know where Columbia is at. And anyway, it was just the coin bags that I had purchased and posted some time back. But anyway, like I said, it just has the one signature, and it has just the little binding where you book binding or whatever you want to call that. But anyway, you open it up, and I haven't put anything on any of the covers on the inside. But I've got a piece of baked parchment paper there. This is some Seven Gypsies paper out of that new Architectures little 8.5 by 11 book that they have. I purchased it at Michael's. But anyway, I just have images of coffee houses. I love coffee houses. I love old buildings. And so that is what I put in here. And I don't know if you can see, but some of these images are just really pretty of the coffee houses. And I think I might have a couple of bakeries in there too. And then I've stamped here on a card and just stitched some crocheted lace on it. It's basically just for journaling. I didn't do a lot of anything in it. Here is another. This is probably my favorite image of all of them, is this Coffee Society Cafe. I really like that image. And here I've just stamped on the tag and sewed some crocheted lace. And this is just out of the Seven Gypsies ledger, the little ledger. Just a place for journaling there. And then here is a Starbucks bag that I simply just I cut it apart just to use it for journaling, not as a bag. Here I've got some parchment paper I have just ruffled and sewed on another little coffee house image and kind of inked up the back there. This is some of that Seven Gypsies ledger paper here also. And then here I have 3 little tags. They've all been stitched around. Look how cute the cafe is. Is that not cute? But anyway, I love images of old buildings, and especially the cafes and the coffee shops. Here's one, you can see the coffee shop right there. Isn't that cute? And anyway, I kind of just sewed some crocheted lace here for a stopper so that those wouldn't slide out. They just kind of hang on the crocheted lace there. And then, of course, I sewed that on. And, of course, I left the tails, as usual. I left them long. I can get that pulled out of there. Sometimes when you bind these, your little things go with it, your little strings. Here is and this is cute, and I've just used a paper clip. This is a little camper cafe, kind of. Isn't that cute? But anyway, I've just made a little book out of that. Some ledger paper there, and then I just put the paper clip on it to hold the little book together as it goes in the glassine bag. Here's another little one I've just pinned up on the. Of course, this is a Tim Holtz little paper clip there. Here's some little canvas tabs. Here I've just used it as a tuck spot, just a piece of the scrap paper that you cut off. Ledger paper. This came out of the Seven Gypsies little 8.5 by 11 book also that I purchased. It had 2 holes, so I had to kind of cut it down. But it's a postcard. It has postcard on the back. And then I've used some ruffled parchment paper. And here's a couple of the impish. That's at Coffee Shop again. That's the one I used a little bit ago. And there's a big one of the Society Cafe. I really like that image, so I wanted to be sure and put it in there again. And then here's the other part of the Starbucks bag. Here's some of that ruffled parchment. Starbucks bag. Here's another little tag. I didn't know I used it 3 times. Sometimes when you're cutting those images out, you don't realize that you have used that many. But anyway, it's a pretty picture still yet. And then here I've just created with the glassine bag. This is a little napkin decoupage here, Paris. And there's a little cafe. And here's just a little booklet that I've made for journaling. Use some seam binding. And then here is a tag that I've just stamped on. And then here is another part of that glassine bag, and I have just simply, I have a black and white coffee house here, and I've just got a little booklet for journaling. And that just sits in the glassine bag. And then here is just, of course the papers are coffee dyed. And then here is also an envelope. Of course, I have cut it down. It was a bigger envelope that actually came out of that same Seven Gypsies. And then I've just left a little piece here for journaling. That you could take pictures or receipts or anything in this little envelope. I just put a little piece of paper in there to... And then I've got it clipped on this, or slid in this little crocheted lace belly band. More just writing paper. Here's another little cafe. Some more Seven Gypsies, the other part of that ledger paper there. Starbucks bag, ledger paper, and then here's another image for just a pocket. And I just created a couple of tags there. And they just sit in there. And then another little, just a little journaling tag with an image on it. Oops. And anyway, and then some more parchment paper. And this is the end of the book, and I just left everything, you know, you can see where I stitched that little band on to hold the string. But anyway, there's my little coin bag cover journal. Anyway, I am going to have this listed on my blog if anybody's interested. So, thank you so much for watching.